What up, tribe? It's your girl Raji, and I'd like to welcome you to my podcast, The House of Cush, where the evolved hustlers come to learn more about root work, conjure, tarot, culture, astrology, and a little bit of everything in between. Welcome to my new listeners. I appreciate y'all for tapping in and checking me out, and thank you to the OGs for continuing to support the podcast. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You never know who it can help. And yeah, thank y'all so much. Today we'll be focusing in on December's Cush Almanac, as well as the horoscopes for today and a little bit of a tribe reading to get you through, okay? So today, it's Monday and it's December 1st, which I think it's very fitting that today is very like the open roads type of day spiritually, and it's a brand new month, so I love it. Have you guys done your mopping and your blessings of your space to start the new month off? Like I said, it's a perfect day to do it. You do have until sundown. I wouldn't do any mopping or sweeping like until sundown, but I mean, after sundown. I wouldn't do it after sundown. Correct. Okay. So just make sure if you're going to do it, get it done today. Ideally, you would have done it before when the sun was coming up. You know how we roll in these spiritual root work and conjure streets. But yeah, I think it's like so poetic that today is the first of the month and it's a Monday. Mondays are ruled by the moon. Very powerful days. Very good days for, again, anointing and cleansing your tools in home, your spiritual tools. Today is a good day to talk to your spirit team. Well, just spirit, your higher level spirit, that is. But I'm going to say your spirit team because, we work with a couple of soldiers. Today is a good day for traveler, making traveler charms. Today is a good day for water, magic, fertility workings, and love workings. So make sure you guys are stretching, doing your yoga so that you can pull this powerful energy in. And today is a waxing Gibbous moon in Aries. I just think it's like heavy energy for setting the tone. Like, set the tone is, I feel like, what spirit is saying. You are entering a new cycle and it's just an amazing feeling. Now, in terms of like the Cush Almanac for today, before we get off into the transits and the horoscopes, I do want to say that we will be having a full moon this coming Friday. You can start accessing that energy 3 days before and 3 days after as well. So we're going into this full moon in Gemini, which is also a super moon, and we'll get more into that on Patreon. If you guys haven't joined my Patreon, go ahead and click that link in my bio and join Patreon so you can be getting these updates and you'll get these rituals and whatnot that you can help you out throughout the month, period. Blank. But yeah, so December is giving very much closure, clarity, consecration, and it seals the year's lessons while opening this powerful gateway into 2026. Now, y'all know this year was a 9-year, and we're going into this next 2026. It's a 10-year. So you closing out a cycle, right? There's a lot of endings happening in the 10-year, which is also going to be the year of the horse. Is you tapping into more freedom. You could be traveling, just moving ahead in your journey, freedom of spirituality, just freedom from anything that was holding you back. So this month is going to favor vision work, financial strategies, long-term commitments, and ancestor guided direction. Waxing phases are going to amplify manifestation and expansion, while waning phases will purge interference, confusion, and stagnation. Now, this month, we're going to also have a new moon in Capricorn, but it's cusping with Sagittarius. So we are having one of those cusp moments on the 20th as well. So just know that it's going to be in Sagittarius for a little while between the 19th and the early morning on the 20th of the month, and then later on it'll shift into Capricorn. So I would suggest finessing and using like both ends of that energy to fuel whatever plans that you have. Now also we have we're going into Capricorn season on the 21st, and we also are shifting. Mercury is going to be entering Sagittarius on the 11th. Then Neptune on the 10th is going direct. You know, it's been retrograde for a while. On the 14th, we've got Mars entering Capricorn. And on December 21st, also, in addition to the sun going into Capricorn, it's also winter solstice and Yule for those of us who celebrate that. Venus is going to be entering Capricorn around the 24th, and Juno enters Capricorn on the 29th. So I feel like the major lunar events is, like, for instance, the full moon is giving you time to focus on truth, clarity, communication, and road opening. And with the new moon, you've got expansion, long-term planning, and spiritual elevation, because y'all know how Sagittarius do. You know, they like to be free, they like to be fiery, and they don't like to be boxed in. Now, the key moments are, we are Mercury direct, but the shadow phase will go up into the middle of the month. So around the 15th through the 19th, you'll still have that shadow energy. So make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's. You're reviewing, you're editing, you're preparing, and you're perfecting systems, like you're revising scripts, pricing, and branding evolved hustlers. Okay. And creatives too, you know. Well, hey, that's evolved hustlers. Now, as Mars enters Capricorn around the 14th, you'll be focused in on strategic action, discipline, and business grit. This is going to be excellent time for money works, business restructuring, and long-term spell casting. And when the sun enters Capricorn on the 21st, which is winter solstice energy, you're going to be focused in on stability, legacy, authority. This is going to be a great time for rituals of protection, commitment, and long-term wealth. Now, as we push for the 24th, where Venus is shifting into Capricorn, we're going to be focusing in on financial loyalty, durable relationships, serious money magic, and this is good for contract work and refining your client attraction strategy. Now, I have a few more monthly conjure guidance information for you guys, as well as some good days to do money and prosperity work, cleansing and uncrossing, as well as ancestor protection, and days that are best for divination, business launching, and when you need protection working. Okay, so check out the almanac, which is available to you guys on my Patreon. Click the link in my bio, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can sign up for Patreon there. I do have a free tier where I do, give you guys a little bit of an insight, but the major spells, rituals, information, that's going to be, you know how that go. And that's not necessarily because, on some capitalism type things. It's just that, a lot of people will join something and they don't find the value in it unless they invest. So $5.55 can help you plan out the rest of your month. If you really want that to happen for you, you don't mind investing $5. Okay, thanks. But let's get into these horoscopes, because obviously today the moon is riding through Aries, and this may be ruling fast, impulses, bold moves, and inner fire. Today's clarity and swift motion and sharp decisions are the focus. It's not a time for heavy reflection or slowness in terms of your footprints, but today is a day to, hold on y'all, what the heck of hex? Sorry, I had a little freeze there. Okay. Today is a day to take that first step and move forward. Now, whatever you were waiting for now has started to move, right? So this spark of creation energy and the vibe that's breaking up stagnation is waking up parts of you that have been sleeping on your own potential. So you can expect, like I said, sharper instincts, quicker reactions, stronger desires, and a push from spirit to stop delaying what you already know needs to be done. Today is not really about perfection. It's more about initiation for lighting the match and reclaiming your momentum. So in terms of these horoscopes, we're focusing in on the sun and rising, okay? So Aries. The bold Aries moon is fueling your inner fire today. You're at an ignition point, okay? This is about ideas, confidence, and desire. You're going to be moving fast and strong. It's a day to jumpstart what's been simmering beneath the surface. Taurus, Under this Aries moon, your usually steady pace gets shaken. Restlessness or desire for change may rise. It's a chance to reorganize, reboot, or shake off stagnant routines. Gemini. Mental sparks fly. Clarity, ideas, and revelations come to the surface. You might see or think something that's been hiding. A new plan, a shift in perception, or a message from your subconscious is definitely going to make its rounds. Cancer. The Aries moon may stir your emotions, giving you some subtle unease. You may be longing for movement, or you're discontent with the comfort that you've been sitting in for a while. Inside, you may be called to shift something. Leo. The fire lit in your spirit today can be a creative blaze. Let it do its thing. Confidence, inspiration, self-expression are all heightened. If there's something in your heart you've been avoiding showing, this fire is asking you to shine. Virgo. Mind and body may jitter under this moon's restlessness. You got a little bit of nervous energy or a need to move instead of sit. This is good for tasks, but risky if you get stuck in overthinking. Libra. Balance feels hard today because inner scales might tip. With the Aries moon shaking comfort, you might question what feels stable in relationships, values, and personal boundaries. And Scorpio. Deep instincts and subconscious undercurrents rise. You may sense hidden truths or feel tension around secrets or fears. Your inner radar is sharp to listen. It has been sharpened to listen. Now, Sagittarius. In terms of you guys, your wondrous heart pulses desire for freedom, movement, and maybe a shift of scenery or vibe. With the Aries moon backing you, spontaneity feels magnetic. Capricorn. Momentum hits may be in the works, but plans and ambition also ring true. Now, fire, you've got fire under your structure, which can scorch if unmanaged. Drive calls, but caution whispers. Aquarius. The moon's fire activates your vision, imagination, and inner restlessness. Ideas, spiritual urges, breakthroughs, but also the temptation to overthink or detach is also building. And finally, Pisces. Energy pulses through your etheric self today. Subtle, but still powerful. Intuition, dreams, inner voices speak loud. You may feel pulled between the spirit world and the physical world. Okay. So, with that being said, those are your horoscopes for today, guys. And if you want to view the guidance and the rootwork tips, again, you can join my Tribe Talk tier, and you guys will be able to tap into those extended readings. Alrighty. Now, let's see what's going on with the transits. My bad, y'all. Mom life. Let's see what's going on with the transits today. Because that Aries moon got us moving fiery. We're still heavy into retrograde season with Jupiter in Cancer. Retrograde is still Uranus and Taurus. Pluto's not in retrograde, but the North Node in Pisces is in retrograde. And Chiron in Aries is in retrograde too. Now, in terms of these transits that I feel like is most potent at 0 degrees, we have Venus sextile Pluto, we have Jupiter trining Saturn, we have Uranus sextile Neptune, and Chiron conjuncting the moon. What I get from this is, again, there's going to be a shift in a transformation. Maybe you have some issues with a friend group or a lover, someone very close to you, and there are things that are going to be transforming and changing, and this is a blessing to you at the end of the day. This rebirth that you are going through, whether it be in conjunction with this person or maybe you're doing it on your own. And there's a new beginning. Things are expanding, things are moving, your luck is increasing because you are following your dreams and you're willing to put in the necessary work to see those harvests, to see that. So whatever energy you was tapping into and you was willing to work through spiritually or creatively, those things are going to come to a head where you will have that luck, you will have that movement. It may have been kind of slow, but it's all worth it. Uranus and Taurus is being sextile in Neptune. That just lets me know again, like I said, you'll receive blessings by following your intuition when it comes to laying down the groundwork and the framing for your new beginnings. I'm also seeing you healing from childhood trauma and wounds is also going to be a big thing too. Be mindful though, because both of these are in Aries, the moon and Chiron. So, don't get into any heated situations and don't rush into conversations and, dialogue. Work your way through it because you don't want your mouth to write a check that your ass is not going to be able to cash. And y'all know we talked about that yesterday too. So just be mindful. Now, be quite mindful. Now let's see about opening these roles so we can see what's going on with the collective energy for today. I have not done the elements just yet for the month, but I am starting on them today, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Those are going to be on those readings are exclusively going to be on Patreon. Okay. Period. All right, spirits, thank you so much for opening the roads for me on behalf of the tribe. Thank you so much for covering and protecting us as we go on this journey. Thank you so much for the gift. We don't abuse the gift. We honor it. We appreciate it. We love it. We respect it. What guidance do you have for us today as we start this December 1st off on a good note? Okay. As we start things off right. Let me get a good shuffle in for y'all. I got so many downloads yesterday, and I have them in my notes. I'm going to put those up, too. I be waiting so long when I get certain, like, numerology. If you're into numerology, things like that, I be waiting, and it'd be like a whole 2-3 sheets of just information and downloads. But I am going to try to put them up sooner for y'all, at least once a week. At least once a week. So we can see what's going on. But I do have some interesting teams, some interesting downloads. But let's see what's going on, because, baby, I'm feeling a fire in my belly. 6 of baskets in reverse for the past. Miss Robinson in reverse, which is the devil, in reverse for Capricorn. 5 of coins, 5 of pentacles for the collective energy. 6 of sticks in reverse for the near future. Overall, Ace of Knives in the upright. Okay, so there is a situation from the past. Somebody may have been delayed, couldn't make peace with something, and it kind of threw you off balance. It has been some disharmony in your emotional sphere, and you may have decided recently, or you may decide before Capricorn season gets here, that you choose not to change this narrative. You choose to keep things exactly the way they are. And this is in turn shifting how your spirit team is showing up for you. In the past, maybe you could have endured some sort of embarrassment or loss, but you're going to be discovering some sort of truth, like some sort of clarity. The first weeks, less than 6 days, 1 week is very significant. So let's get some clarity on this. 6 of baskets. As soon as I say clarity, 6 of baskets to the 7 of baskets. Like, maybe in the past you couldn't quite come to grips with some way some things happen, but you've kind of sat with yourself and you are able to see things for what they are at this point. Yeah, you're able to get some you see what's going on. You see someone may be battling you, or you maybe have been battling something with over the past 7 days, and in doing this, you seem to have avoided some sort of tower, or this person is trying to avoid a tower. Somebody didn't want to see this friendship or partnership end. 2 of baskets in reverse, last 2 months or so. This could involve a Libra here. Them bones in reverse. Yeah, somebody realizes that ending this partnership. They made a bad decision. They did this too quick. They moved too quick. And now you've got a son of sticks, possibly a fire sign, younger fire sign that's involved. Or somebody did something, again, without really thinking of the consequences. They made a bad decision. And they have had a hard time, again, letting go of the fact that they aren't able to harvest something in this past 9 weeks. This could involve a cancer. This could have happened during cancer season. They haven't been able to move on from this situation. Yeah, definitely involving a cancer. Someone may have tried to hold someone up, and now this secret is coming out. Paw in reverse, which is the moon card. This illusion is being lifted. Somebody decided not to or tried to slow down someone's progress. It could be involving a partnership. And they were doing this quite aggressively. They were really focusing in on this. Over the past 5 days, you could have been noticing and feeling attacks. You could have been feeling someone like kind of tugging on your energy. And this is why. We'll go back to that. Tell me about the devil in reverse. Yeah, somebody they refused to see something. And this is why they're trapped in this mindset. They're trapped in this situation. Eight of Swords in reverse. And you have now realized that this was a betrayal. This person is someone that you need to have heavy discernment for. Capricorn. Somebody they didn't want to see something change. They're stuck in this mindset. And now it's like, you or this person, y'all could see each other as enemies at this point. And now someone's being stagnated. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. They're emotionally stagnated. They're financially stagnated. And this was past energy. And it looks as though this person just seems to have lost control over the situation, especially since you walked away. They may have just jumped up and decided to do some shit, and they didn't really think this plan through. So now you've got someone, maybe they felt like you would be like that, you'd be left off bad and bougie, you wouldn't have the money to move to end this cycle, and they felt like you was gonna have to be codependent, and that's just not how this shit played out. That's not how it played out. This could involve a Queen of Cups, Mother of Baskets, water sign, feminine energy. Yeah, someone, they decided that they would sacrifice you. You could have very well just been a martyr for this individual. Definitely Pisces energy. Maybe you refuse to see this person as a bully or as the person that was battling you. There's a karmic Aquarius and a karmic Aries here, masculine energy, masculine and feminine. They kept you in like this negative mind state. Yeah, you didn't realize this at first. You didn't realize this person was the one bullying you because they kept you in this mind state of heavy in your emotions. Maybe they made you feel stupid. They made you feel like I said, some overly emotional type shit. This person said a lot to you and it put a burden on you, but they meant to do that shit. Yeah, Father of Baskets in reverse. They meant to emotionally manipulate you. Especially when they talk to you, when they give you information, they mean to do this. This is how they operate. Like, you're not overthinking this person's tactics, You're not. Now, the era of help. So, we got the Five of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles. So, you are getting some help that is shifting a situation, closing out a cycle, changing some things. You're receiving help. And this is why you're being allowed to rest, to plan. This could also occur over the next 4 weeks. So you could be receiving some guidance. Somebody could owe you money, or it could just be your spirit team making sure you are able to cash in on certain opportunities. 4 weeks is very significant. So this month, it's looking like you're going to get what you deserve in a good way, okay? Tell me about the Six of Sticks in reverse. Yeah, someone could have had some sort of embarrassment here. Maybe you were kind of moving kind of delusional. And in the next day or so, you've got someone that, they could be in some legal trouble. Somebody's trying to take action. They're moving out of emotion. They feel embarrassed. They could have tried to destroy you. Yeah, somebody's being destroyed. Try to destroy your ability to heal this month. Somebody is having to, because this relationship ended, courting in reverse. This relationship ended because they didn't want to be held responsible. This person, this Bishop C.H. Mason, Taurus energy, they haven't changed their ways. Ooh, I got the Temperance, so I got Sagittarius, I've got Taurus. Someone has seemingly, they don't want to be responsible for the end of this partnership anymore. Trying to bend reality here. Again, I was picking up on that yesterday. Like, these people are saying, I'm doing this to protect. I'm doing this, but the collective isn't doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the collective isn't doing anything. This masculine is trying to control a situation. Somebody's trying to control something by telling lies. And these things are being exposed. Two of Knives in reverse. Yeah, somebody's realizing that this strategy or your mindset has changed, and you are sitting in this high priestess energy. You're following your intuition when it comes to severing this tie. And this is why you're sitting in this Mother of Coins, Queen of Pentacles energy, because you are paying attention about things that happened in the past. You are also willing to wait it out. Slow motion better than no motion. And somebody has decided that they would do some sort of magic, but Spirit is saying this has ended. So whatever this person was trying to manifest for you or towards you, I got the Black Hermit, which is the Magician, to the Garden, which is the World. So it's like whatever they was doing, that shit ain't working no more. And now someone's experiencing some sort of misfortune. This person's family or your family could experience some misfortune. Leo could be significant here because something is being revealed that this Father of Coins just refused to see. And this is because they were loyal to this situation and they felt like these things were justified. But this Mother of Knives may have manipulated some information. And this is why these things have not been able to, they haven't been able to reach their goals. Somebody could have been paid off. And they tried to pay into something, but it didn't work out how they planned. Yeah, this could have to do with someone's job. Somebody could have tried to pay someone off, pay someone to work with them. Yeah, and this quick communication is coming in is simply because someone has refused this offer. They're stagnated. They stagnated because you're not speaking to them, or someone's no longer speaking to about this situation. This could be this Mother of Sticks here. This Mother of Sticks may have taken action and now she's not getting what she wants. So you could feel somebody in fear, or they could be moving quite reckless because this Father of Knives maybe manipulated them into staying in a position or staying in a certain space, saying that this will be worth the investment. But they're not feeling like this is the plan that they should have went for. And they're no longer wanting to collaborate with these people. Yeah. They're no longer wanting to collaborate with these people. They can't start this new. They could even wish they had never, poured into this. They wish they would have never become friends, And somebody is trying to stop a situation from ending. It could be a Leo or a Scorpio, because some information is coming out that they thought they'd hidden. This could be a Virgo or an Aries. They're both in the reverse. 3 people. This group of people, this group of friends. So what I get from this is whatever magic, whatever like manipulation these people were trying to do, it's like it's not working no more. It's not working. Everything runs its course. That's what I have to say about that. Everything runs its course, and if you continue to sow into certain energetic currents, you are almost like co-sign and say, okay, I want to keep this shit going. But when you allow a situation to just play out and the cord is severs, like when people do certain workings, you have to update certain workings. You can't just, you got to feed the jars. You got to feed the charms and the talismans. And somebody is not able to get done what they need to get done anymore. And whatever energetic cord that these people may have had with you is severed. It's severed. I split the deck at the 10 of Cups to the 4 of Wands. Yeah, you're getting your wish fulfillment. You're getting a brand new start. Everything is shifting at this point. Those cords have been cut. Those cords have most definitely been cut. You'll be discovering this. Again, somebody could be trying to talk. Like, because I got that Ace of Knives energy or Ace of Swords. Somebody trying to have a conversation. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, what do you want? And remember, I've been telling y'all, you got to be careful about that type of shit, because people will use the smallest entryway to get themselves in, and you'll be having these energetic cords, and you'll be like, well, damn, why am I still having these blockages? Why am I still going through these valleys and these, you know, hard times? Because these people have snuck their way in, they've attached a energetic cord, and they're continuing their work. But you are now moving forward. Yeah, you moving forward. Yeah, they taking these actions because you're no longer delusional. Yeah, they can't con you no more. Somebody got embarrassed within the past 6 days. They be embarrassed. They trying to reattach. I told y'all about them needing your energy more than you need theirs. But see, at first you didn't realize this shit. So someone from your past is going to be trying to take action. This Son of Sticks, Page of Wands energy. So this person is definitely feeling inspired to take action here. And it's because there seems to be some sort of long-term investment or something they've been planning. And this cycle is closed out. They're taking these actions because they invested in something, and now it's closed out. It's closed out. So now the options here, they're trying to explore their options because they're under judgment. Libra could be significant again. They under judgment for this betrayal. Surely are. Tell me about the present energy. So presently somebody could be walking away from a situation, and now you're getting the opportunity to start, like I said, start over. I got the, what is this, 5, 6, 7, 8 of Cups to the 4, 5, 6 of Cups in the upright. You're getting the opportunity to start over. This is the High Priestess here. You're being rewarded for your patience. You're being rewarded for following your intuition. You knew walking away and not like interacting, like you could have wanted to like strike back, you know what I'm saying? But I also received a download earlier, like these people were going off of the premise that, okay, we're righteous in these attacks, we're righteous in this spell work, we righteous, and they was going to practitioners like saying, okay, this person did this. So the practitioners, not doing all their research, said, okay, we'll do these spells, we'll do this work, we'll do this conjure, we'll do whatever for you, you know. And then the work just stopped hitting, it stopped landing. You were still able to persevere, you were still able to move on. And so the practitioners got curious, like, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is the work not hitting? If y'all in the right, the work should be hitting. This person shouldn't still be able to move on. They shouldn't be still able to thrive. So something's not right. So now people, the ones who was doing the work, now they like, this work ain't hitting for a reason. And it's because the collective really hadn't been doing shit. So this was all like baseless. This is why this work failed. So now you got these people trying to reattach an energetic cord, trying to form some sort of bond, relationship, trying to keep a narrative going. That's what that is. They're trying to keep a narrative going. Collective energy. Temperance in reverse. Yeah, the Sagittarius here. Maybe somebody wasn't being realistic when it came to these plans, or they were like trying to skew reality. When I see that Temperance in reverse, I think of skewing reality too. Creating illusions, bending people's will. Yeah, because this person wants to keep a secret about some sort of ending or death. Someone could be hiding an ending or a death. I got a karmic Sagittarius. Or this person could be coming in before they wanted to. They trying to come in before the end of Sagittarius season because they want to hide something about an ending. Cancer and Scorpio. Yeah, they trying to come in and have a conversation quickly. The Spirit said they're trying to end this shit quickly. But they don't have the power. They never did. They don't have the power to put this work in. Ace of Wands to the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. They don't have the power to put this in, and they're embarrassed. They're ashamed. So whatever moves they make over the next 2 days, it's because you gone. You're mentally gone. And you do not care about anything they have to offer. I just heard whatever you selling, baby, we not buying it. Page of Cups in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you no longer care. And this is why this person is being rendered as weak. They trying to avoid this Tower of Leo. Yeah, by building some sort of situation up. Yeah, someone could have been trying to build a case and say that you were crazy. Queen of Cups in reverse. In this way, they could sacrifice you or trap you in a situation, Pisces, without having to worry about this like abuse and this bullshit they was doing. The Emperor in reverse, Aries. Yeah, they didn't want to have to worry about this narrative about abusing you or abusing their power, because they ultimately, this would fix whatever money issues and things that they were going through. So their wish fulfillment was to break up a collaboration with the Queen of Pentacles here in Aries, Empress energy, someone they could have a family with or your family. And this person could have went forward with an offer and then they got left out in the cold. Five of Pentacles here, because they're responsible. They're responsible for something. Somebody's being held responsible for something, and they refuse to see it. This is why they're not getting any sort of help here. This could involve a Virgo. Some Virgo, whatever information they know or plans they know is coming out, and now they're being forced to stop and think. They've been stopped by a Queen of Swords. Yeah, maybe they could have tried to slow down a Queen of Swords from telling you something, but they didn't regret what they did in the past, because their main goal was themselves. This person was reckless when it came to starting this new timeline for themselves, and they thought they was gonna get this shit done quick. But what they didn't expect is this Magician in reverse to be called to justice. Or what I'm getting is they didn't expect the Magician to be fair. Oh, y'all remember what I just said, right? They didn't expect it. They didn't expect this to be a righteous magician. They thought they could like bend the reality. They thought like they could lie. They thought that this magician was just gonna do whatever. So now the magician has broke up this partnership because they trying to do what's right, and that's the truth. That's the truth. So now you've got somebody coming in with some sort of information, and they are losing their minds because now someone refuses to take this leap of faith. They refuse to go on this journey. Aquarius, the Fool in reverse, and they burden somebody in debt because they thought they had this shit under control, and now they in their feelings because whoever this magician is no longer taking their offers. They no longer taking their money, and now their family, their legacy is broken. Their family is heartbroken because they've lost this fight. Yeah, so whoever they was paying to work on you, they didn't expect them to have any sort of moral compass. But everybody knows that when a person is living righteous, meaning not that you goody two shoes, but you ain't did shit to nobody, and these people just been working on you, and finally the magician started to ask questions. And they realized Seven of Swords, they was being deceived. They ended these. They was being deceived. They refused to take money from them. Ace of Pentacles, they ain't taking no more money from them. They will not take any money from them to work with them anymore. Because they know this person has some sort of demonic attachment, and they are trapped. I got the devil and the 9 of swords and the upright. They know working with this person is gonna like render them. They know it's gonna fuck them up. That's why they don't stop taking money from this person. Ooh, talk about a good start of the month. Hey now. So they like, we ain't taking no more money from y'all, bruh. We don't even care about the money no more. We don't even want to work with your ass no more. They could have told somebody this. Somebody told this information to a Queen of Wands in reverse, that she was gonna lose this fight with this King of Pentacles because they were being stubborn about this Wheel of Fortune, trying to be in control and trying to hide some sort of control tactics. Yeah, somebody was trying to hide behind this good image here, behind their notoriety. I got the Sun in reverse to the Hierophant. Yeah, somebody's trying to hide this. Yeah, somebody's hiding. 1101. I ran the dick on that ass. Boy, them people say, you ain't finna have us caught up in this shit. Somebody went creeping. Somebody wanted to know, if this person is so bad, then why the work that I'm doing on this person ain't hidden? Oh. And so now they like, no thank you. Yeah, somebody was trying to hide behind their high status or their religion and thinking that they wouldn't have to fight. They wouldn't be able to deal with these. Ooh. So this is a day of reckoning. If you had any sort of like losses or delays, this is a new cycle. I love to see it. Yeah, that's the most. I had a dream about that shit. Like, whoever they paying, they want to know why. So now, instead of just taking the money, they are investigating because they don't want to get caught up in the bullshit. Care. They care now. They care about this deal now. They care about the deals that they make. Cancer confirmation. Yeah, they don't want to die. Somebody cannot trick. They was trying to trick someone into not ending this and keep coming after you. This person is consumed with communicating with you because the secret is coming out. And if this secret comes out, they lose. And they can no longer con you. They may lose their freedom if this secret come out. So now you got someone trying to adapt to the way things have changed. They want to say they want to have peace now. Oh, hell no. Spirit says, I got the High Priestess to the instinct card. You better follow your instincts and remember, memory. Remember, this person was fearless when they thought that they could slow down your evolution. And they thought patience was going to be their thing. But now your patience has superseded whatever they tried to do. And these things that they tried to hide, you need to realize that this person has bad energy. You learned your lesson, wisdom, and now you're being blessed. Yeah, because their intentions was just bad. They hated you. And they thought that they could hide this. They thought this was how they felt beneath the surface, Aquarius. And they did this so that you would trust them. You would trust them and you would, love on them, joy. But now somebody's lost their courage because things are balancing out. The scales are balancing out. So now they need to collaborate with you now. They need to work with you. This person's friends, they could be friends with a Gemini. Somebody's mask has been ripped off. A Gemini and a Taurus, because I got provide in reverse. Yeah. Somebody's mask has been ripped off. They can't give you anything but kindness because it's no longer a mystery. These people are weak. They don't have any power. Yeah. So all this work that they was doing, it was play to you. You've entered a rebirth. And you're confident. You're confident. You're protected. Yeah. And they sick, baby. They sick because this situation done been laid to rest. Nothing that they've done is growing. They can't defend anything. They can't defend their reasons for trying to destroy you Yeah, like I said, all that work they was doing, it's like a ether or a Wi-Fi or like I said, it's an energetic cord, and you done cut that shit. You done cut that shit. Yup. That's crazy, twin. So continue to stay no contact. Continue to stop dealing with these people. Somebody's plans just were not realistic. There was a lot of lies. There was a lot of bending of the truth. They thought they'd be able to keep this secret until they died, baby. But that shit coming out because they should have never did this. And now anything that they've been working on is failing. It's failing. Over the next 6 days, they gonna have to, Spirit said they might have to move away. Spirit said they might have to move out of from wherever they at. They might gotta leave where they at. Yeah, and they upset. Somebody is sick because they know their emotions exposed a weakness. Yeah, they thought they could avoid this tower by continuing to pour money into this situation, and thinking that you stay in this space of being upset. Yo, Spirit said you ain't got nothing to worry about because this bully, now they want to try to fix this shit. They thought they could fix this with money, get what they want, but like I said, whoever they tried to hire, these people ain't touching this shit with a 10-foot pole because they are doing their research. They paying attention, like So expect the rest of this week to be very entertaining. Expect it to be a week of interest here. Okay. But that's my story, y'all. I'm sticking to it. If this message resonates in any way, follow, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You never know who it can help. And if you are looking to get a December forecast or a reading from me, click the link in my bio. I do have available appointments, and I have every intention of launching cleansing, protection, and evolved hustler classes this month, which will occur only on certain days. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later. I may post about it, but yeah, y'all turn your notifications on, turn your radio up, not down. And yeah, we're gonna chat soon. I appreciate y'all so much, and stay safe out here, y'all. If they gone, let them stay gone. Okay, thanks. Love you, mean it. Bye.